Salutation to the glorious primal Guru Sri Adinath, who instructed the knowledge of Hatha Yoga, which shines forth as a stairway for those who wish to ascend to the highest state of yoga, Raj Yoga. Explanation: Sri Adinath is one of the names given to Lord Shiva, who is supreme cosmic consciousness. In Tantra, there is the concept of Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is the eternal consciousness of the cosmos, and Shakti is his creative power. The cosmic consciousness or universal spirit is known by many names. In Sankhya philosophy, it is Purusha. In Vedanta, it is Brahma. In Shaivas, it is Shiva. And in Vaishnavas, it is Vishnu. It is one and the same, and the original source from which creation and sentient beings evolved. It is that power which resides in all. That force is known as the Guru because when the realization of its existence dawns, it takes one out of the darkness of ignorance into the light of reality. The Nath text of yogis called it Adinath, primal master or protector. Swatma Rama, the author of the text, belonged to the Nath sect. Therefore, he respects Shiva in the form of Adinath. All knowledge, without exception, emanates from the cosmic consciousness. Tantra and every branch of yoga came from that source, and traditionally, the expounder is known to be Shiva. Sanskrit scriptures always start with salutation to the supreme state of being. However, the Avdhuta Gita, which is Vedantic in philosophy, gives another point of view. Dattatreya says, "How shall I salute the formless being, indivisible, auspicious, and immutable, who fills all this with his self and also fills the self with his self?" Shiva, the Absolute, is ever without white and other colors. This effect and cause are also the Supreme Shiva. I am thus the pure Shiva, devoid of all doubt. O beloved friend, how shall I bow to my own self in myself? Few people have reached this state of evolution. Therefore, the first thing you must always remember before starting any spiritual practice is that the cosmic force is guiding all actions and that you are the instrument of that force. In both the Orient and the Occident, the tradition is the same. First, you pay your respect and then you ask for guidance. When little children pray at night, they first remember their parents and guardians, the one who are protecting them. In the same way, the spiritual aspirant remembers his humble position in relation to the mighty cosmic force. In India, there is an ancient tradition of prostrating oneself before Guru, whether one is worshipping his physical or cosmic form. This is done before undertaking any work so that the divine power can be evoked. It acts like a sankalpa or resolve, constantly reminding one of his ultimate goal and his purpose in life to attain the same perfected state of being. Such salutation and prostrations are not just an acknowledgement of the superiority of a higher being, but an act done in sincerity with pure motives, which involves offering one's whole being with love, faith, and devotion. This is called Shraddha. When yogi Swatma Rama salutes Adinath, he is acknowledging that the knowledge revealed in the forthcoming shloka is due to the glory of the Guru and not to his own personal attainments. There is humility, absence of ego or the sense of I, and this is extremely important for attaining a higher state of consciousness. Yogi Swatma Rama goes on to explain that Hatha Yoga is to be utilized as a means of preparing oneself for Raj Yoga, the supreme state of yoga. The word Hatha is made of two Sanskrit roots, Ha and Tha. Ha means sun and Tha means moon. This is a symbolic of twin energy forces which exist in everything. Hatha represents the force of mind and prana or vitality which constitute the body and mind. The moon is the mental energy of Chitta. It is the subtle force which is concerned with the mental layers. The pranic force is like the sun, dynamic and active. The two create the extremities of introversion and extroversion. It is the practice of Hatha Yoga which enables the fluctuations between these two energies to become harmonious and unified into one force. In the body, there are specific pathways for channeling these two forces. Just as in an electrical circuit, you have suitable wires for the conduction of positive negative electrical energy currents. Similarly, there are energy channels within the structure of the body. These are known as nadis. Nad means flow. The mental energy travels along Ida Nadi, which governs the left side of the body. Pranic energy travels through Pingala Nadi and this governs the right side of the body. The positive and the negative effects of these energies have been equated to the parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. However, although there is a definite relationship between nadis and the nervous system, they are not the same. If these two separate flowing energies, prana and chitta, can be unified, this creates a suitable condition for Kundalini or spiritual energy to awaken and ascend through the middle passage, Shushumna Nadi. Hatha Yoga is the process of establishing perfect physical, mental, emotional, and psychic equilibrium by manipulating the energies of the body. It is through Hatha Yoga that one prepares for the higher spiritual experience. One's whole being, starting from the physical body, has to be refined and strengthened so that it can act as a medium for the higher cosmic force. The system of Hatha Yoga was therefore designed to transform the gross elements of the body so they can receive and transmit a much subtler and more powerful energy. If the body is not prepared for this higher form of energy, it will be like running 200 volts of electricity into a machine which only has the capacity to utilize 6 volts. The machine will definitely burn out. So, Hatha Yoga systematically prepares the body, mind, and emotion so there will be no difficulties when the aspirant is undergoing higher state of consciousness. Traditionally, the Hatha Yoga consists of 6 kriyas known as Shat Karmas. These were the practices of Dhoti, Basti, Neti, Tratak, Kapalbhati and Noli. Later, Hatha Yoga also came to include asana, pranayam, mudra and bandha, and the Shat Karmas were practiced afterwards by advanced practitioners. Through these practices, the consciousness can be raised without having to come into direct confrontation with mind. Through Hatha Yoga, you regulate the body secretions, hormones, breath, brainwave, and prana. Then the mind automatically becomes harmonious. Hatha Yoga is the means and Raj Yoga is the goal. Hatha Yoga is the stairway leading to Raj Yoga. Once the sadhak reaches the state of Raj Yoga, Hatha Yoga ceases to be necessary for him.